Hi everyone, welcome again. Yeah, today, April 11, we're seeing the market surging 400 points, the Dow in particular going up 400 points. Hope you enjoy this part of the show from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. We've seen a great week. Yeah, lot of interesting things happen. Trump paused the tariffs, and we saw the market surges a lot. And yeah, so we made some trade today, made some money. It feels so good. Today market dip earlier a little bit and then bounce back. At lot of news coming from the White House from this administration. Yeah, we see the S&P 500 here up 1.78%. Yeah, we're seeing the VIX here coming down after a catastrophic. We're seeing VIX this week a high for a very long time, right? So we saw this 46 level here. The VIX been coming down. It's been moving all the way down here. That's a very good information there. Okay, it's gonna be fun. BlackRock shares are traded. We're just looking at what's going on here. I just said what BlackRock shares are trading higher after a company reported a Q1 adjusted EPS beat and announced that announced what it announces that asset uh, under management reach historic heights. Wow, that's for BlackRock. Interesting there, as we can see. Okay, so far so good. Markets been pretty much in the upside move. Yeah, so let's see here. Let's do some rundown here of the market. So let's start with Nvidia here. Have Nvidia. Let's take a look at Nvidia. NVDA. Then we're gonna look at Apple and Apple AAPL. Let's see AAPL, and also we're going to look at the Qs, the triple Qs here, the QQQ, and we're gonna look at Meta and Google. Okay, Meta. Google first, then we come to Meta. All right, Google. Okay. So Nvidia Taiwan Semiconductor Clock, massive information. Taiwan Media coming up there. NVDA. Spotlight on Nvidia, analyzing the surge in option activities. Investors with a lot of money to spend have taken a bullish stance on Nvidia, and retail traders should know. We noticed this today when the trader showed up on publicly available option history that we track here at Benzinga. Okay, so that's a report from Benzinga Pro saying that bullish stance have been established in Nvidia from investors with a lot of money. Let's look at this Nvidia today. It's been holding this line, trending up, bounce up VWAP, keep bouncing up VWAP here for Nvidia. This is a great stock if you traded it today. Nvidia, it was clean trade there for Nvidia, clean uptrend there. Look at that. Market open there, bounce up to VWAP there, pull back. All right, pull back all the way down here, double bottom here, and then keep grinding since 11. Keep grinding to the upside here for VWAP. So Yeah, Nvidia have been doing pretty well since the announcement. Today is up 3.03%. The tech sector is doing very well. So so for now it's a good thing. VWAP looks good for Nvidia, and yeah. Yeah. So that's for Nvidia. Let's see here. NVDA. So we're still locked and rooted here, okay? Because yeah, these stocks, JP Morgan, they are what JP Morgan saying that they say JP Morgan Chase reported first quarter earnings of $5.707 a share, better than analysts estimated of 4.63, and higher than yearly profit of 4.44. Revenue was $45.3 billion, topping forecast of $43.9 billion there. Net interest income in the quarter was 23.4 billion. CEO Jamie Dimon said the world economy continues to face considerable turbulence, citing among other things potential negative of tariffs and trade wars. Okay, so JP Morgan was up 4.5%. Wells Fargo, the San Francisco Bank posted first quarter earnings of 1.39 EPS earnings per share, beating analyst estimate of $1.23 there. Net interest there fell 6% from here earlier. CEO Charles Schaff said Wells Fargo expected continued volatility and uncertainty and was prepared for a slower economic environment in 2025. The stock fell earlier in the session but reversed those losses and rose slightly. Okay. So those were the report this morning. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, rose 3.1% after reporting first quarter adjusted earnings of $11.3 a share, topping analyst estimates. BlackRock asset under management during the first quarter of the quarter jumped 11% from a year earlier to a record $11.58 billion. So electric vehicles maker Tesla fell 1.3% after tumbling 7.3% on Thursday. Tesla closed up 23% on Wednesday, the stock's second best daily percentage gain since May 9, 2013, after President Donald Trump paused reciprocal tariffs on most countries for 90 days. Okay. So those are the so now let's that's for Nvidia. Soon we'll move to Apple now. Let's see. Apple is a rocket ship today, man. Look at where is Apple? AAPL. AAPL. Apple is a rocket ship today. It's up 4% there. Okay, so we know Apple is the center, right, of this tariff swagger, as we're saying, because Apple is at the center there, because its production is in China. And this trade war affect Apple among many other tech giants. So yeah, Apple have been making some higher highs here. Look at these higher highs here and higher lows since the opening. So it's been holding this trend for a whole day, for the rest of the day. So despite looking bad, because of all this tariff, it's up 4%. Okay, this is this is amazing. Now it's consolidating a little bit here. Let's see if we can break these higher highs here. There, a double top here for Apple. Let's see if we can break this by the end of the day. Let's keep grinding, or maybe it can give back some profit as we step in. So what's the reason for this Apple movement? The Apple shares are trading higher. The stock has been volatile as investors assess trade tensions. So we hear the U.S. government want to talk with China, but China haven't made any contact yet. So far so good. That's exactly what's happening there for AAPL. Strong day for Apple. So if you're looking short for Apple, not advising anyone to do that. Apple so far so good. Okay. Yes. So if you're looking short for so far the max having okay. Apple. Look at this move for Apple. So far, so good. It's been doing well. Okay, so yeah, that's what it is in this market. So market pulling back a little bit there. We saw the market is up today 1.5. Started a little bit crumpy, I would say. Then it's yeah, it's break here, get to this pre-market lows. They are almost to this pre-market lows there, and then bounce here. We saw yeah a pullbacks, and then all the way close below this pre-market lows. Yeah, the market is relaxing a little bit. Yeah, so as we get this 90 days pause. Okay, so far so good. This is Apple today wanted to short Apple, right? After all these informations, but good that we didn't short it, right? We wanted to short it at 193 here, okay, but good that we didn't short Apple because it could have been catastrophic for anybody who short Apple today. Well, the reason why I wanted to short Apple is because this news that came from China in putting 125% tariffs on US. So that's why I wanted to short Apple because we know this trade war have been affecting many companies, but Apple in specific. So yeah, so far so good. Excuse me. So this is Apple just double top here at this 199.3, almost 200 here. It bounce off this 200 here. Yeah, yeah, 197.87. They are almost 200. Okay, so yeah, 199.54 there, almost $200 there. So maybe it's time to load up, maybe not. We'll wait and see what happened with Apple. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, Apple is pulling back now a little bit to the downside there. Let's see if Apple can hold VWAP here at 109.54. Okay, so let's see how Apple will react. If we see a bounce here, if we see the bulls can step in here at this 1910. Sorry, this is Nvidia. I'm looking at Nvidia saying Apple. My bad. I'm so sorry. So that's Nvidia. Anyway, let's talk about Nvidia first. Okay, so we've seen Nvidia pulling back here to this 109.5 for their VWAP. Okay, so let's see how Nvidia reacts there. So we've seen all these companies pulling back. We've seen the SPY is pulling down. We're seeing the market there and the Nasdaq, the triple Qs there, and pulling back. We've seen a pullback there. So Nvidia bouncing that level. So if we see a bounce from Nvidia there, we're seeing that it's been holding this VWAP. okay, for a while now. Let's see if he continue to hold his view up line. And also Apple now, let's see if he's continue to make these higher highs here. We see if he can bounce on these levels there. It's way below, it's far away from 194.28 as the view up there. Okay, so let's see how if it's now gonna come and break this top here before this market close today. So pretty much strong Friday so far for equity market. We saw in the bond market been struggling a little bit. Yeah, so actually there is let's take a look at the S&P 500, the overall S&P 500. We've seen some green there. Microsoft up 1.77% to the upside. Nvidia 2.89% there, and Apple 4.08% there for Apple, Vanguard there. We're seeing pretty much Google, Eli Lilly there, Amazon 1.54%. Or let's say stocks that are down a little bit. Okay, Tesla is down 1.34% to the downside there for Tesla. And yeah, Meta is down 0.86%. Yeah, Netflix, they are down. We say that the news about Netflix, that Chinese limiting watching, they're gonna ban American movies in China, limiting the watch of movies as part of the tariff, as part of the trade war. So yeah, so we'll see about that and what that means. Wells Fargo today, annual report was not that as good as expected, down there 0.44%. Bank of America pretty much even, they are up 0.01%. So far, so good. Yeah, XOM energy sector, we see in the energy sector, a little bit green there. Consumer staples, there, Costco, there, Pepsi is up there 0.12%. Costco is down 0.06%, pretty much flat there. Walmart is up 2.36%. So these are some of the sectors to watch there. Let's take a look at the features if we can quickly. Let's look at the features quickly there and see what's going on. Okay, reading there as this market continues to read. Let's just and let me share this to my copy link. Okay. Yeah, so far so good. This is it. Yeah. Let's wait and see. Oh, these are the options there. Let's look at the futures. I wanted to look at the futures. Yeah, the futures there. This yeah, is the ES mini there. June contract is up 1.4%. Pretty much good there for the ES mini. And the Russell 200 there is also. So this market today is pretty much good. I would say it's up also 1.42% there. We saw there for the Russells is up 0.67%. Yeah, we see the mini, the Nasdaq, they are up 1.4% there. Crude oil also up today. Light sweet crude oil feature 61.45 up 2.3%. Okay, so yes, so far so good. The Dow, we see the Dow up what 560 point now. We started the show this afternoon. It was up 400 points. Now it's up 500 points. Okay, so yeah, so far so good. It's pretty much a very good Friday, I would say. So it's Good Friday for the market. The market breaking now since Wednesday. We see break. Yesterday, Thursday, we saw some pullback, which is of course expected, and now we're seeing a continuation of Wednesday's market pushing to the upside. Yeah, so far so good. That's what have been happening. Yeah, this volatile market. So let's forex. We saw the US dollar. They are strong, being not good for the US market. So let's see how that's Yeah, so far so good. How that will work out, and yeah, yeah. So US dollar against the euro there, yeah, we're seeing that 1.13 there. The euro is up, yeah, 1% to the upside for the euros, and yeah, the dollar have been pretty weak, which is good for me. If you ask me, this is good for the US market overall when the dollar is weak, so it encourages more safety for more direct investment here in the United States. So far, so good. As we saying here, we looking at the market. Yeah. So all right. We'll see. Let's maybe we'll take some. Let's look at Walgreen and the Neo NIO. I'm getting some news information about Neo. Oh, we talked about Apple. Yes, we talked about Nvidia. We talked about the S&P 500. We talked about the Qs. Let's look at Neo NIO and yeah, also WBA. Yeah, yes, probably we're probably looking for short for Neo there. Look at this chops, triple tops here. Yesterday pre-market highs, yesterday's market highs, today pre-market high, today's market high. So if this this is a good shorting opportunity. Now it's gone, this opportunity is gone. If you had this short, man, congratulations. All right, congratulations to anyone who take this shot here at 3.45 there, because look at this top here, right? This resistance level here, this is a typical resistance. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times you couldn't break this. Okay, so if this market, this shows that this resistance, there is a seller there just dumping this stock, okay, at that level there at 3.454 NIO. Walgreens, yes, Walgreens is up 0.94%. Okay, NIO is up 5.18%. So Walgreens, yes, if you got this short here or here today, okay, if you get this long, I mean, if you are long at let's say 10.56, then good luck. This is was brilliant. Should make for, okay. I didn't get this, but it's gone. I'm not chasing. I'm not any FOMO. I'm not doing any FOMO here. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just gonna lock it ready and keep an eye on this. All right, so far so good. This is pretty much now market is kind of like settling down now. Look at Apple now doing this round bottom here, trying to again to probably retest this highs of the day, or break this level. Okay, Apple up 3.85%. That's good. Okay, so the triple Qs also, let's go back to the triple Qs and say up 1.5 and 1.6% almost, I would say. So it's not back to yesterday's high, on Wednesday's high, but we saw this massive sell-off, a pullback yesterday after that massive bullish on Wednesday. So this is expected grinding slowly back to these upside levels at 468.41. So that's good. So far so good. Okay. So yeah. So, oh, let's look at Amazon. There's some news coming, some headlines coming about Amazon here that they are like reducing their dependency on Nvidia, on these AI data. Make they're gonna be doing things on their own so far. So, yes, Amazon up 1.2% there. All right, the Nvidia is up 2.52%. Okay, so okay, they both up. So tech sectors are picking up again the pace. So we see a bullish move again from the tech. So we will wait and see what that means for Nvidia and Apple and Amazon there. It's been okay. The New York Fed staff now forecast for 2025 quarter is 2.6% with the 50% probability interval at 1.7 and 3.6, and 68% interval at 1.2 to 4.1. The staff now cast is 2.6%. Yeah, so far so good. I'll be right back. Hello, Roberto. How are you? I think I called you earlier. How about Sunday? How about Sunday? I was calling you. I have break from my baby's school and now. Yeah. And tomorrow, Sunday, yeah, you get me some yeah, my friend. Okay, all right, thank you so much. Yeah. All right, please keep for this on. Guide me some. That's what. All right, welcome back so far. Sorry about that. Yeah, so the New York Fed, as I was saying, that now forecast for the 2025 Q1 growth is 2.6% with 50% probability. Okay, between 1.7 to 3.6%, and 68 probably between 1.2 to 4.1%. So far so good. That's it. Press secretary, tariff and taxes. They are a plan to boost American powers. Okay, and let's go quick and look at the Truth Social. Donald Trump. If there's any most recent tweet, I like to check on his tweet because we know that he controls the right. We all know that. So let me see if there is any latest tweet from the Trump. Not much here so far. So Trump first three cabinet meetings feature more press questions and answer than all of Biden's. Okay. President Trump is saving Social Security and stopping fraud. Don't believe media lies. That's his last tweet. Trump, $150 trillion gold card plan. Okay. This week, President Trump dominates the world stage. He stamped his influence on market and economies everywhere. I've been doing this for 50 years and I can't remember a week quite like this one. He is reversing American direction. John Trump does not accept massive trade deficit and job losses. That's what this week has been all about. So far so good. Yeah. I'm hearing news about Palantir, PLTR. Let's see there was PLTR. Yeah, Palantir. Oh yeah, Palantir is down what 0.87, 0.8% there to the downside, been recovering. Well, break, look at this nasty move here, held VWAP, and then yeah, bottom VWAP, and then push into the upside there. So far so good. I mean, Palantir has been yeah, just like all the others, holding VWAP here. And I don't see much movement there for Palantir. I don't see anything exciting about Palantir. Anyway, so I don't know what that news is all about. We can take a look further and find out what that all was about. PLTR. PLTR. Remember, as we see here, if we see any trade that attract us, we're gonna take it. So what happened with Palantir? No news here. China deals is going to work out. Trading amid yeah, there's nothing here about Palantir anyway. Anyways, yeah, that's so the VIX is coming down. We see their down movement again for the VIX. Yeah, market is pretty strong here. Yeah, so the VIX is very important to look because it shows you how fear is in the market. Okay, I love the VIX. I love the to look at the how can I say this? The ticker symbols, okay? The New York ticker symbols, is very important to any trading, okay? So far so good. I don't think anything exciting again gonna happen here, especially now. Today's Friday, the last day of the week. We've seen this market do it very well this week, and yeah, we're not expecting anything drastic again. Hopefully it's gonna be just on the weekend. Now come Monday, we don't know what will unfold over the weekend, right? With this administration, yeah, you never know what to expect. So we've seen great so many news happen over the weekend. So far so good. Yeah. So yeah. So that's it so far. Yeah. So crypto, let's take a look at crypto. What crypto is doing so far? IBIT, we can look at Mara and IBIT. Normally, I don't look at like crypto of itself. I just look at these ETFs. Okay, for example, Mara there, or IBIT. Okay, Mara, MARA, Mara. Mara is loading there. As Mara keeps loading, let's see what's going on here. Mara there is up what 6.26%. Yeah, very good to Mara today. IBIT, okay, the crypto Bitcoin, the Bitcoin ETF there. Yeah, up 5%. So pretty much Bitcoin is up today. All right, we've seen so much movement. All right, so much so much stuff happening there for Mara there, and IBIT crypto. Okay, so far so good. And also we know about these companies, right? The quantum computing like Qubit. We can take a look at Qubit, QBIT. Ah, don't mind me. Qubit. QBIT there. Let's say ask QBIT quantum bit. Okay, what Qubit is doing there. Yeah, so today Friday, we know that market normally is cool. We just normally on Fridays is there's nothing much expected, especially after in the afternoon show. But with this market so far, it's been a wild week and wild and quarter. So yeah, so that's why we pretty much observing what's Friday is gonna bring to us, right? So yeah, so far so good. Nothing so much extraordinary happening. Quiet markets. Okay, everything a little bit quiet. QBIT is not reading. I don't know why. Even my chats are now already on weekend. Okay, let's look at AAPL. I mean the features, the options there. Let's say today's options already expired. They are, let's say, the Monday options. They are very very volatile. There. Look at that. Okay, so less volatility, that's good. We're expecting lesser volatility in the market, and this is good for us. So Financial Times, they are Fed absolutely ready to help stabilize market if needed. So the U.S. Central Bank prepared to act with various sources. Susan Collins, all right. She said earlier today that the Federal Reserve will are ready to help stabilize the market if needed, if and whenever needed. As the risk of market for malfunctions increases, this is an important signal from the Federal Reserve, okay, to maintain financial stability. It's not without risk. It's also one of 7 questions that need answering to safeguard the economic outlook. Okay, so we know that whenever there is a crisis, the Federal Reserve is always locked and ready to step in. So yeah, so that's that. Uh, yeah, the options, we're going to see these options. Look at these options. 700, yeah, trading, yeah, Monday options there at 534, 535. I can't buy anything over the weekend wholly, especially as a day trader, investor, swing trader, fine. But we've seen a lot of news coming over the weekends, right? And how the market's dynamics changes, okay? So because of that, I'm a little bit hesitant to buy anything here and hold it for over the weekends. All right. These are some trades I made today earlier. Buy some 531 call options, the expiration today, made some money in there. Yeah, about yeah. So 531 call, we know in the market now is 533. That 531 call is what, 889 now in the money. Wow, what a move that have been for this call. Okay, but we didn't hold it all the way to the end, which is fine. You know, sometimes you cannot hold, especially with this volatility. Okay, so you cannot hold these options because it might goes against you. So you set your target, you get your target there, and then you execute. Okay, that's what exactly we did. And we enter this, we bought this call around 11:21, like here at the bottom, see 11:24 around here. Okay, we let this ride, and then yeah, boom. Okay, we pretty much nailed the bottom there for this, which is good. Okay, for this SPY call option, 533 call option. And exactly, that's pretty decent there. Okay, 533 there, it's been up 1.7. Okay, let's see some of these stocks that had, like JP Morgan, who had earnings. So JP Morgan there. JP Morgan Chase is up 4%. All right, so this is good. Yeah, look at this move today. It's up 2.73%, 4.6% to the upside. Look at that. Okay, so looking up these levels here, if you can see continuation on. So we can also later take a look at the earnings for next week. Okay, we have so many earnings coming up next week. One of these are Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs earnings is so next week. Next week is we have economic data for next week. We have 11 a.m. consumer inflation expectation, very important, especially for the Fed. At 12 p.m., we have Fed Barkin speaks. At 1 p.m., we have Fed Waller speak. Then we have on Monday a Goldman Sachs, okay, pre-market. Goldman Sachs going to report pre-market, and post-market we have Applied Digitals, okay. And on Tuesday, we have economic data at 8:30 a.m., the import and export price month over month and year over year. And at 11:35 again, we have Fed backings. Okay, and earnings pre-market, we have Bank of America going to report, Citi going to report, Johnson and Johnson is going to report, Albertson is going to report, and post-market we have Interactive Broker and JB Hunt, all right, among others, that is going to report on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we have the economic data at 8:30 a.m., the retail sales month over month and year over year. And also at 10 a.m., we have business inventories, okay, month over month, NAHB housing market index, okay, that comes at 10 a.m. And the earnings pre-market will be ASML, US Bank, Abbott, and Progressive. Okay, those the insurance company Progressive, they're going to be reporting on Wednesday pre-market. And post-market, we have Alcoa. Okay, and on Thursday, we have at 8:30 a.m. building permits and housing starts. Okay, and at 11:45 a.m. Fed's Bar, William Barr speaks at Thursday. Okay, and earning pre-markets will be United Health Group, okay, American Express, and TSMC, okay, Taiwan Semiconductors, all right. And post-market, we have Netflix on Thursday. And on Friday, economic data is 11 a.m. Fed Daily, will be speaking at 11 a.m. So no earnings on Friday next week. Okay, so these are some of the information about earnings and market events on for next week. Okay, for so Embrace is going to be a wild week again. Lot we could start seeing the earning reports, Q1 earnings. Not much to expect there, especially with what happens this quarter. I believe this is the toughest quarter for quite a long time. Yeah, so far so good. Quiet. It's 248. Bitcoin getting some news about Bitcoin. So like new reserves, Bitcoin reserves being built in New Hampshire in Florida. So as of yesterday, so New Hampshire and Florida passed these bills about having reserves on Bitcoin. Okay, so yeah, so let's see. IBIT is not moving. It's not moving. It's not doing anything. It's not doing anything. So yeah, so far so good. So Bitcoin here, we're looking at the 5 minutes here. It's kind of obvious. Look at this. It's looking some kind of forming like a bull flag, just above the year. If you hold it up, and they are at 47.89 there. Look at this little bull flag here. That's the prior high. If you hold this 47 half, if you hold this level here 47 here, 47 half there, this level here. If we held this, we can look for some long. Okay, there's no lot of volume this afternoon and it's Friday, so you gotta be very particular about this. So, especially it's not like a major news, just that New Hampshire and Florida they passed this bill to have Bitcoin reserves in their states. Okay, so that's a good news there. So yeah, so far so good. That's the news about Bitcoin. Their IBIT is not moving that much. So yeah, uh, let's look at Intel. Somebody say that Intel should involve in mining Bitcoin. Intel have been pretty much beating this. Yeah, so Intel is down 2.87%, but have been grinding. So this major down move when the market opens, and then it's grind back slowly. Look at this nasty move, this 5 minute candle. Remember, these are 5 minute candles, and then pull, and then have been grinding back to the upside slowly for Intel there. So Bitcoin coming down there, if you see this 47.5 held strongly, you can get yourself a long by the tracing back to this high of the day for Bitcoin there. After that news that Florida and I forgot the other states that they have reserve, they have passed a bill to what have reserves, Bitcoin reserves in their states. Hmm. It's been a pretty wild day, a pretty wild week, a pretty wild quarter, okay? That's an Intel story. The new CEO Intel. So he have control over more than 40 Chinese companies. Okay, so this is 604. He's been connected to 600, at least 640 Chinese companies in his fund. Okay, the Intel CEO. So let's see how that impacts Intel and the other companies in China. This Chinese war. This is how this trade war is impacting everyone. So now Bitcoin coming down to that 47.5 level that we said. Let's see now here we can go long here if it hold that level. All right, get some our stop there to this to VWAP there if it break. this level here. Okay, 47.3 there. That's our stop loss. Okay, we entered now into this trade here, 47.5 there for IBIT, looking to trace back up this level. Okay, so we entered a bit so ahead of this. So we just lost the bid there. Let's see how that. So we get entered there. So 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 this bull flag there. So our stop loss there is 47.3. If we come there, we're getting out. So we get some few shares there now for IBIT. We're seeing that to push to back to this upside there. If we get to that upside there, then we can get IBIT there. Good trade there for IBIT there after that news we had. Okay, so let's see if we can retest some the levels up there. Okay, so uh yeah, so if it is level here 47.85 there, that's taking some. If we come down back to 47.3, we are out. So we are now in IBIT there for 47 point at we get that we get it pretty much, we nail it at the bottom there at 47.5 there. Okay, it just went all the way, the low for that candle there was what, 47.46. We get at 47.5. It bounced 4 cents below that level and now trying to hit to the upside now. So let's see how far this can go now after getting that stuff. So we have our stop. If we retest that level again, that bottom level again, we'll be out. Okay, so IBIT, they are now printing us some money there now. We are like what, 10 cents in the money now for IBIT, 10 cents in the money there for IBIT. Okay, so let's see how far this can go now to the upside, if this can continue to go to the upside. So yes, we are talking about Intel, that the CEO of Intel is involved with over 600 Chinese companies. Okay, he owns like 40 Chinese companies. Okay, it's nothing wrong with that. So it doesn't mean because he's the CEO of Intel, he cannot own other companies. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing illegal about that. But what they're saying is that how will that impact, is because if this trade wars continue, how will this impact him personally and hence impact Intel? Okay, so let's see that Intel have been, as I say, grinding to the upside there since that massive pullback at the market open. Okay, so we still 10 cents in the money on IBIT. We want to play this to up to the view up here. Want to see retesting that level again. If we break this, we are out. Okay, if we break this level here, the low again, if we coming back now, we see IBIT coming back to that level. So if we come back there, we are out of this trade. Okay, so yeah, so on Monday morning we have Goldman Sachs. Okay, so let's see the chart on GS. Okay, let's GS, they are Goldman Sachs. Okay, so yeah, Goldman Sachs up 0.73% on Monday. Goldman Sachs earnings coming up on Monday. Okay. All these years, okay. Yeah, so far so yeah, so IBIT, yeah. Let's see. So yeah, let's say now IBIT, if we can push this, we want to see this push, man. Let's print some money for Bitcoin there. Okay. It's coming down though. It's coming down to that level there again where we said, okay, if we break that level, we're going to stop out and take a loss. Okay, so this, especially this afternoon trades like Friday. Okay, we don't just want to sit here and do nothing. So we enter that trade there for IBIT. But normally Fridays afternoon, there's not much movement. So yeah. Okay, so Let's see that level. Okay, so yeah, Goldman Sachs next week earnings there, and also Netflix. Okay, Netflix gonna be huge. We know this acquisition with WWE. All right, so we know China banning this watching American movies in China. So we know Netflix is the most people have Netflix in China. Okay, so yeah, so far so good. It's gonna be wild. Okay, so for Netflix, that's going to be a big one on Monday. Goldman Sachs. Okay, Netflix is on. Let me see back. Which day? Thursday. Netflix earnings report is on Thursday after the market closes. All right, so IBIT is coming down to that level again at 4.5. If it come down to that level, our level, break this to the downside, we're getting out. Okay, so that's our plan. That's we put this trade. We know where we want to enter. We know we are target. We know where we are wrong. Okay, if we are wrong, if we come back here, test this level, we are out. We know we are wrong. Okay. So that's exactly what this market is all about. Have your plan, have your strategy, set it up, and yeah, execute and wait if the stock to play out what you plan. If it works, okay. If it doesn't work, close it. Look for the next trade. Yeah. So far so good. That's what's happening. That's what we are doing here. We are looking closely IBIT. Let's look at as that's work there. Let's look at the overall market. We see in there the VIX. The VIX again, they are coming down slowly. We're seeing that slow movement of the VIX. Good call there for the VIX, making here triple bottoms here. Yeah, I haven't broken this level yet, so let's see how this market do volatility in the markets. Okay, so far so good. It's up 4.2% there for wow the JP Morgan there. Okay, the SPY there is up what 1.48% there for this for. So we have pretty wild week. So that's my thought. So it's almost 3 o'clock. Yeah, so this bounce on Wednesday, pull back on Thursday a little bit. Friday, we see in there a good bounce again. Okay. Have we seen the bottom? I don't know. But I feel like that will be the bottom. Okay. It's good time to buy. Remember the post from Donald Trump? Good time to buy on Wednesday morning. So I feel like that will be the bottom. Well, I don't know. If I know, I'll not be here, right? So yeah, so let's wait and see how that plays. But if it come back to that level, we'll see a lot of bids waiting. There are people, a lot of people were caught off guard there. So yeah, so far so good. That's what the market is. Let's take a look at again this morning PPI report. The US PPI this morning came out for year over year 2.7% versus estimate of 3.3%, right? On at also US core PPI month over month for March come down 0.1% versus 0.3% estimate, 0.1% prior. Okay, PPI month over month for March down 0.4% versus 0.2% expected and 0.1% prior. PPI ex food and energy transport year over year for March is 3.4%. Okay, prior is 3.5%. And trading strategy for SPY as market IPPI data. Okay, so those were the numbers. And remember, Fed President Collins says earlier this morning during his speech, he pointed at his expectation of the Fed will need to hold steady for longer. Okay, inflation expectation. So they were expecting now small changes, but with this tariff now, that's have caused them to have some doubt whether inflation is long gone or we have to wait and see. So they are holding their breath and look at this market, how this unfold over the next coming months. How inflation will increase or decrease prices. All right, we don't know. All right, so that's what Fed President Collins says there. Okay, and then we saw the ETFs there, the pre-bell. They were all focused on what the quarterly earnings for the banks who reported today, and we saw some good report there, good projection, good revenues made by the banks there, right? We saw, yes, of course, Wells Fargo they didn't do that much, and we saw the Wells Fargo CFO Michael Santomassimo says certainly the probability of a recession at some point is higher than it was. Okay, Trump tariffification in the spotlight as market shrug off cool inflation data, economics data. All right, so cool off economics, the cooling off. So let's see how happens, how this all this unfold. All right, so far so good. It's pretty much quiet week. It's 3:03. We have 1 hour before the market closes at 4. We'll see. And yeah, it's been a quiet week. Just get some news that Robinhood will have tens of millions of contract traded daily in the future as they build out prediction markets. Okay, so Robinhood, let's go look at HOOD. There's some news coming for Robinhood. Let's see Robinhood. Yeah, our oh before we go, yes, our IBIT trade is back again, up there again, 10 cents in the morning. Retested these levels, never get to our target, our stop loss there. We didn't hit our stop loss. Now it's going to the upside there, low 47.52 there. Now again we are 11 cents in the morning and counting. Okay, it's 3 o'clock there for Bitcoin there. Okay, so good trade so far. All right, 12 cents in the morning now for Bitcoin there. So I wanted to look at Robinhood. Yes, Robinhood is up to the 6.7% there. Again, we got this news, so it's high of the week there. I would say for Robinhood, there, what a run Robinhood have been having, right? So good move there for Robinhood for to the upside there. Yeah, it announces Robinhood is saying that tens of millions of contracts will be traded daily in the future market as they build out prediction market. Okay, every major event across sport, culture, politics, and more will be tradable. They are becoming an absolute behemoth in an entirely new vertical. Okay, so that's for you some about Robinhood. Nothing much to say about Robinhood. Yeah. All right, we talked about this New York Fed report that came out. CNBC, pay your tax by April 15. You have options, IRSA. So yes, remember April 15 is the last day for to file your taxes here in the US. Okay, so make sure you do that. File your taxes. Yes, now file your losses and all that. That's one thing again. When remember when people file taxes, they receive when they receive their 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 refunds. They tend to buy stocks, and normally we will see stock rises during tax period after people file tax period. So after April 15 to May, all the way to almost June, when people are getting back their tax returns, okay, we see the market turn to surge a little bit. Okay, moving to the upside because of a lot of people using those money to buy stocks. Okay, so the bulls today they step up. Okay, so since Wednesday we saw the bulls step up. Yesterday they was a pullback, and then yeah, so far so good. President Trump announced that he reached agreement with 5 more law firms, pledging to provide a combined $600 million in legal services for causes he supports. The latest deals firms have struck with him in apparent bids to avoid punishment. Trump announced his deal with more law firms for accompanying $600 million. Okay, this week President Trump dominated the world stage. He stamped his influence on market and economies everywhere. World Bank says, how can we meet the employment aspiration of the developing world youth population? Join us the MBG meetings on April 2nd for conservations on creation more and better jobs and building resilient in economies and societies. The economists said that the bond market problem aren't all to do with Donald Trump, right? And they say not all of the bond market's problem are to do with Donald Trump. Let's look at that article. That will be an interesting article here. They say dysfunctions lies at the heart of the treasury market. There can be a little doubt that the 90-day pause on tariff for most countries that Donald Trump announced abruptly on April 9 was driven by worries about the bond market. A jump in yields in American treasury market after the tariffs were first unveiled had even the president considered made people question. The heavy sell off in treasury has been a long day, man. It's been a long week. Came amid weak demand at auction, high price volatility, and even talk of fire sales in the market. Okay, so that's what they say in there. And Trump is not solely responsible for the movement of the bond market. So the dollar system has always been vulnerable to presidential whim. The dollar system has always been vulnerable. Okay. Yeah. Let's look at our now they are again $22 in the money there for IBIT. Let's see if it tests those highs, otherwise we're getting out. Okay, if we see that there we're gonna accept there and buy IBIT. Okay, Palantir, yeah. Palantir, if we break over. Everyone's looking at Palantir. Some news coming out for Palantir. PLTR. Yeah, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna exit this IBIT trade now. Make some money there in IBIT, Bitcoin there. And PLTR is still down 0.43%. This market is grinding. Okay, so far so good. There's not much about Palantir there, man. Palantir is trying to maybe close green today. Let's see if Palantir can close green. All right, guys. So far so good. We have less than an hour to go before the market close. So it's been a quiet, pretty week. I don't think we're gonna make any trades here. Close my IBIT there. We'll make some 22 cents there in the money for IBIT. Okay, we saw the VIX there coming down. Let's see these levels here. So so far so good. Thanks everyone very much for watching. I'm going to end this stream now in 3